It was too late already to stop Dane from leaving. Walking to his door at night had become a routine. It had already been about 2 months since Dane had taken his things and left. Oh, but I left my room to rid myself of these thoughts. Yes, Dane. Oh, if only I had thought to save his pillowcase from being washed. Why didn't I think of that? And thanks to Rudy, Dane and I are no more. It hadn't even been 1 year since we started going out. More like 4 months. Well, I guess I know how Rudy felt now. I wonder what he'd say now if I told him I envy his stubborn willpower. If only I'd had it when Dane told me he didn't want me to visit him at his new apartment. I'd have told him all the reasons he was wrong about thinking his presence was too much of an interference with my school life. When did he become a snoot about these things? The only thing that kept her from having told him he wasn't the distraction was the fact he wasn't imagining it. Did he think it was some peer of hers at school? No, because he said, "I wasn't your first." Jeanette's automatic response, "How could you say that?" wasn't met with an answer. I guess Rudy really was my first boyfriend, even though it wasn't supposed to be a real relationship. But I thought I made it clear Dane was the only one who had ever... Until she started having those dreams, Dane was the only one she'd thought of being with. She tried to pretend Dane somewhere in the room with her, but it was of no use as soon as she closed her eyes. Rudy. She opened her eyes, noticing the light was already streaming through the window. She got up, left the guest room without a glance behind, found her cell phone and sat down with it. She yawned and sent Rudy a text message she thought was, "I need to talk to you," but hadn't realized she'd nodded off in the middle of texting it. The message Rudy received from her the next morning, that is, afternoon, the sound of the phone ringing shocked Jeanette awake, and she answered, Rudy's amused reiteration of the message she'd sent him. "You need me?" Made her think she was having another dream. "Don't be so modest. You started this." Whoa, girl, is this how you're going to talk to me now? Does Dane know about this? Let me ask you this. If you're real Rudy, and not dream Rudy, how did you know I need you? Jeanette, you think I'm playing with your head? Can you imagine how bewildered I am right now? You texted me this morning, 2:15 a.m., to tell me, are you mad at your boyfriend or something? I really texted you. Yeah, come over and I'll prove it. I'm sorry, Rudy. I thought I was asleep. Dane's my ex now anyway. When I sent you that, I can't believe how casually you said that. You need me to get you two back together? No, Rudy. No? So you broke up with him then? No. So it's like what happened to me and Tessa. What do you mean? What happened to you and Tessa? You have a car now, just come over. I'll tell you everything. What makes you think I can come over today? Today's fine. Apparently you can, or you wouldn't have set the date like that. I mean anytime. Date? What makes you think I'll go on a date with you? Okay, now you're just being contradictory, darling. You said you needed me. What I need is breakfast. This late? Yes, Rudy, I was asleep when you called. Well, I was asleep when you texted me, and I'm not complaining. This is so deja vu, but what were you doing up at? Failing to sleep. And what's this about Dream Rudy? I'll tell you later. Tell me when you're done eating. I'd hate for you to come over and have nothing to say. That, and if you really need me, get on with it. Or you could always take your time, raise my anticipation, because my day's been a total bore, and for all I know, you may just come over to rehash another one of those kinds of spats we always have a way of getting into. Remind me why you think you need me? After all, you may wish you never texted me when you arrive. I've not told a soul about Tessa breaking up with me until now, and I don't know how long it took you for the revelation, but I've needed someone for a long time. Weeks? Months? 4 hours. I'm kidding. No, she broke up with me almost 3 months ago. Oh, sorry. Don't be sorry unless you see me and change your mind. At least then it would make sense. Why are you putting yourself down like this? It's not like you, Rudy. I'm being you. I hope I'm being you from last year, that you no longer... You're right. About the old me. You actually helped me get past all that doubt. You made me see more about myself than I ever had. And Dane didn't? He told me he wished he'd never started with me. That it was for my own good he left me, and he thinks he's getting in the way of my studies. Snob. Exactly. Gosh, you don't know how much I want that sometimes. To be able to say things like me. No, you remember how much trouble my mouth gets me in. Don't wish that on yourself. I'm Rude E for a reason. Are you saying that's not even your real name? What do you think? You just blew my mind. I'm trying to think of all the other names you could have been. Now, before you apply some bland name like Charlie on me, I'm fooling with you. Rudy's my actual name. My dad named me. It figures. Is he as rude as you? You know, you're beginning to talk about it like it's my selling point. Rudy, all I meant is that sometimes I wish I could be as bold as you are and spout speaking my mind. I'm just playing with you. In all seriousness, go on, admire my boldness, but my crudeness is nothing to be envious of. In all honesty, maybe Dane is holding back because he's feeling guilty. What if it's the other way around? What could you possibly be guilty of? You're a little angel. Funny you should ask. Whew, that gave me chills, honey. I could practically hear you blushing through the phone. You seem very familiar with the dream version of me. I can already tell by your awkward silence I've got a lot to live up to. So if you don't mind, give me your juiciest description. Your eyes are the kind of green I'd always thought just belonged to cats. So I'm a cat now. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It would be like taking a green Easter egg dye and pouring it all over an egg with a bisque shell. My eyes haven't changed. Your hair is the color of an apricot pit, submerged in water. So you could tell I have dark blonde hair, not semi-sweet chocolate brown. Semi-sweet describes you perfectly. I could tell the first time we met, from your stubble, that your hair must naturally be more akin to cocoa powder than chocolate syrup. I do like the way your dark hair contrasts with your eyes, but I'd love to see your natural color. Ha! Well then, you're in luck. I've not done anything to my hair since Tessa left. I haven't even cut it. The color of my roots goes down to my eyebrows, but the rest of the hair is still dark brown. That sounds good together. It sounds like you're talking about dessert. Should I be scared? I really do have to eat soon, though, so I'll cut my description shorter. Your skin is always smooth in my dreams and warm. Most of the time, you don't even have to touch me. All you do sometimes is speak, and your voice washes over me. You like my voice? I forgot how realistic that detail was when I heard your voice this morning. This afternoon. Rudy, you know what I mean. You paid more attention to me than I thought you had. Wow. Come on, just bring breakfast with you. Eat at my house right this second. I'm unlocking the door. Don't even worry about the way you dress. Just see me. Just see you. Don't you know that's all I've been able to... That's it. Whew. I can't listen anymore. You say you need me? Well, Jeanette, I'm not just a voice at the end of the phone. I'm really here, and I can't miss you more than I do right now. I'm hanging up, so you can get in the car and... Jeanette ended the call, rushed downstairs to make herself toast and juice. She had to be on her way, and she couldn't go to his house in the same old clothes she'd worn yesterday. She hopped upstairs with the toast half out of her mouth to find something nice to wear.